What's up, guys? Now, I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while, but I am here today with some news. As you probably know, the election for the presidency is currently going on. Most of the debates have taken place on the major networks such as Fox, CNN, and Fox Business. Oh, and I almost forgot CNBC. Today I'm here to endorse my choice of the GOP nominee and the presidency, Rand Paul. As you can tell, the main purpose of this video is to get you, the voters, to go and vote for Rand Paul. To get you guys to vote for Rand Paul, I will personally be answering questions both in the comment section of this video and on Twitter. Earlier today I was wondering how could I get involved in the Rand Paul campaign. I decided to do so by sharing this video with you guys and writing down a lot of my main points on my iPad and just a lot my opinions and a lot of the main points from Rand Paul. And so I'm just going to read those for you. Here we go. And this is I'm reading from my iPad. That's why I'm staring down. And also, it's an unedited video, so I'm just gonna go for it. If I take too long a breath, if I stumble on a word, if I look stupid, whatever. I just want to get this done. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on this, so I'm not going to take so much time with this. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna start with my background. I've been studying politics intensely for about 4 years now, ever since his father Ron Paul ran in 2012. Like me, Rand Paul, outside the frame of the election, would define himself as a libertarian, not to be confused with a liberal, which is about as opposite as you can get to the actual meaning of it. Rand Paul advocates for a fiscally conservative economy in which we only spend what comes in, which comes to about $3.5 trillion a year, but people in Washington spend at least $1 trillion more, adding to the national debt. His tax plan has gotten praise from expert economists, which say that his is truly the best out of all the other candidates. The summary of it is a 14.5% flat tax rate on all individuals and businesses, getting rid of the payroll tax where everyone would now get a tax cut, leaving room for deductions under home mortgage and charity. With this plan, you could literally file your taxes on one sheet of paper rather than having to skim the pages of the current 70,000-page tax code filled with loopholes for big corporations just to do your taxes. It would also balance the budget in 5 years, cutting off revenue to the federal government, which uses most of the money of your money to put us further into debt. Now, on the subject of foreign policy, he does follow the Reagan approach of keeping communications with Russia and other countries rather than threatening to shoot down their planes. Also, if we were to go to war, he would use Congress and issue a formal declaration of war in which we would have to get the necessary votes from Congress to engage in it, instead of self-declaring the war with an executive order, which we've seen time and time again. In this case, the U.S. would go to war with the intent of winning quickly, but we'd go to war reluctantly. So when we do win, it's over and we can bring our troops back home. In regards to fighting terrorism, Rand Paul has already issued a bill that would give citizens in Washington, D.C. the right to have and concealed carry in order to defend themselves in the act of a terrorist attack. As seen in California with some of the strictest gun regulations, less guns did not help prevent any one of those deaths, which President Obama clearly can't come to grips with. What the president does seem, What the president does seem to like, though, is the proposed increase of NSA surveillance in the country. Not only does this violate the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, which is the right against illegal searches and seizures, but it also has not been proven to have prevented any terrorist attacks so far. What Rand Paul would do is follow the Constitution and investigate based on the suspicion, in which case a warrant would be issued by a judge, where they could then collect more records of terrorists and less from innocent Americans, therefore preserving your liberty. Paul has not just been saying this now in the light of these events. He stood on the floor of the Senate and filibustered for a repeal to the Patriot Act for more than 10 hours. Alright, now believe me, I could probably spend a few hours talking about, everything Rand Paul stands for, but I really just wanted to get this video done quick so I could hear about your thoughts and opinions, and I could answer your questions. Again, you can reach me on my Twitter, which is Clever Studios at Clearview22164. So you can either post your comments there or in the comment section below. I will do my utmost best to answer every single one of those and react to them. Hopefully this video swayed you enough to go out and vote for Rand Paul. I would greatly appreciate it if you did that, and also if you subscribed. I will certainly be doing more videos like this in the future. Stand with Rand. Alright guys, high five.